Welcome to a new video here on the channel. For me, Makoto. Today, a complete different one. Normally, you see some reactions, some gameplays, video games, and this is a visual novel. Visual novels are mostly known, with a Japanese, with an anime style, and they're basically what the name says, a story. This is telling you in form of a game, and there are a lot of different forms of this genre. So there are visual novels where you can just read and see what is going on. There are some where you can interact and shows some things. There are then some where you can look around and really play. So it's a lot of different types of visual novels or games with visual novel elements. And this is one of it. One of them called Fallstreak. I don't know nothing about this game. I just saw it on Steam and have it on my computer since last year, so a long time. But I never came to it. Now I thought, why don't try it? It's a new thing. I haven't done it yet, and the time is great. So visual novels, of course, meaning I will just read. Sometimes they are voiced, so I don't have to read, but we will see how this will go. I would say let's start this journey and find out what is this all about. Peering down from the sky above, a golden eye strains to remain open as sleep tugs at his eyelids. A solitary house lies tepid in its fading warmth, nestling in a land like an egg, waiting to hatch. At its side stands a weathered old tree. The swing that hangs from it rests in utter stillness, lacking any wind to steer it. But the artwork is already beautiful. Lolly? Within the house, silence settles softly around the figure of a sleeping young girl, like the downy feathers of a newborn chick. Her eyes flicker and shift as she begins to awake. The first breath of awakeness escaped my lips as the words fades into view like after a dream. A ceiling different from the one belongs to my bedroom could be seen dappled in golden light. I see, upon falling asleep, I had returned to this place. A timeless realm at existence somewhere between the walking world and the world of dreams. A place where one never went hungry and the sun never moved from its spot in the sky. Once again, I was back at that place. Edelise? Or Edelise? Edelise. Food time wasn't an issue in the golden dream. Sitting around became unbearably rather quickly. Let's go outside. The vivid golden light of an eternal sunset fills my vision as I exit the house. With no particular destination in mind, I start moving my legs toward the horizon. Eventually, the house behind me swings too, but a tiny dot in the distance. But even then, green grass is the only thing that stretched it out before me. I had done this many times already, so I knew. The golden dream was a wrapping world. So she basically dreams all it, I think. No matter what direction you went, if you continued this straight line, you always end up back at that house. Isolated and closed off, it wasn't wrong to think of the Golden Dream as a prison. But if so, the waking world of Sokotwine was just as much of a prison. It's going to be a hassle to walk the full loop back around into the house. Ah, you're here. A presence had appeared at my side during my aimless running. Okay, that's of course I will make a girly voice because I can do it. So don't expect me to be a great voice actor. Food calling at a presence was a bit of a stretch, seeing as how I couldn't see, hear, or touch it. How then did I know it was there? Well, let's just say there's a lot of things that don't make sense in this place. Good evening, Tubby. Tubby, the childish name I had given the immortal being a long time ago, upon noticing it for the first time. Since Tubby didn't exactly have much to work with in terms of characteristics, I'd never been able to come up with a better name. Oh well, you like the name Tubby, don't you? For Tubby appeared at my side during my stays in the Golden Dream every now and then. It was hard to say. It offered much in the form of a company. Food, there are things I can only do when you are around. Lowering myself to the grass, I start to visualize a bicycle in my head. I try to conceptualizing every aspect of the bike that I can, from its metal frame to its air-filled trees. I even go to the extra mile and imagine a cute little bell preaching on this handlebars. Concentrating deeply I shut my eyes. With a slow inhale, I bring my contemplation on the image to a peak. Exhale. Upon opening my eyes, I find the very bicycle I envisioned standing before me, as if it had been there all along. Wow! It came out pretty nice. Let's give it a go. I try mounting the bike. Ouch. But the poor contemplate mediated But the poor contraption immediately falls apart under my weight, sending me plummeting to the ground with a heroic face plant. Ooey! Ooey! I don't know why, but whenever Tubby is with me, fingering around with the fabric of this world becomes possible. There are limits to what I can do for anything I try to instantiate. Everything I try to instantiate possesses completely fidelity to my vision. So complications arise if I don't truly understand what I'm trying to conceive. Food, I understand the general theory behind how a bike worked. When you get down to the nitty-gritty, it's a complex machine that requires many parts to work together in harmony to perform its function. Oh well, not planning on being a bicycle mechanic when I growing up anyways. Disheartened, I detached the bell from the broken down bike and gave it a wing as I resumed my journey on foot. But it only creates a dull and pitiful sound like clapping wood before crumbling to dust in my hand. Well, looks like we can cross building spells off our list of appreciation dreams as well. Invitation. Upon returning to the house, I stop and pound on the motionless swing under the tree. Several hours had probably already passed that not it really mattered. Before I knew it, the tree was quaking and groaning overhead like a grandpa coddling into a giving kid a piggyback ride. As I sway through the air, my thoughts stray onto apparently a van. No. I wonder if God has voice. The nature and veracity of such an existence aside, was the implication of being all-knowing that interested me. Omniscience in a way. Omniscience in a way. I could be said. Omniscience in a way. It could be said I possessed a certain degree of it when it came to the golden dream. There's nothing that ever happens here without my knowledge after all, because nothing changed in its place unless I detect or define so. I wonder if it's the same. I wonder if from God's perspective the universe doesn't change unless they detect it or define so. If so, I can't think of omniscience as everything more than a curse. In my time in the Golden Dream has taught me anything, it's that experiencing new events beyond your control is an irreplaceable treasure. There is beauty in having things happen even when you do not will them to. But looking forward to a hopeful tomorrow full of seemingly endless possibilities is a privilege of the transcendent and unknown knowing. For an omniscience being nothing is random, nothing is unexpected, and nothing is unknown. Tomorrow would only had the promise of pretendament eternally. I would be like being trapped in the golden dream forever. Just imagine, it feels suffocating. Anyways, your turn, Tubby. Bringing the swing to a halt, I take a seat in the grass and cover my eyes. Darkness fills my vision as I shut the everlasting sunset from my eyes. If there was one thing that kept my mind from waking in its golden purgatory, it was that I had Tubby by my side. Purgatory. When you didn't know, purgatory is a war between life and death. This is purgatory. Make me think about something. Even so, Tubby never acts on its own without my input or prompting. The fact that its presence allows me to believe in a will other than my own. Its own is my lifeline. When I let go of my eyes and open my eyes, I briefly hear the sound of quacking. Looking back, I catch sight of the swing gliding through the air. Tonk! Ow! I flop gracelessly onto my back as the swing crashed. into my forehead. You're just a bully, Tubby. Through everything had once been according to my design, putting a blame on Tubby and starting much needed color to the bleak reality. It'd be nice if we could play together. Playing on the swing wasn't as fun when there was no one to push you. Oh,